Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Color Corporal, and today we are starting a brand new series. We are going to be playing Empire Total War with DarthMod installed. So, what we are going to do is we are going to be playing a grand campaign, and we are going to be playing as the newly formed nation of the United States. The United States will have quite a lot of difficulties, first starting out here. The British always wanting to take it back, bringing it back into the War of 1812 historically. So we'll see if we can, try to avoid a war with the British. I was playing a test campaign to try this out and trying to remember the controls, and I did very well, except the British started a war with me almost immediately. So the War of 1812 was actually the War of 1784. But we handled the British pretty well, and we are going to be playing on the campaign difficulty hard and also battle difficulty hard. The game we will play is a long campaign. Victory conditions is hold 40 regions by the end of the year 1890, including all the regions that are mentioned below here if you would like to read that. But to the north, we have the British, who control British Canada for the moment. To the west, stopping the expansion of the United States, we have the Iroquois tribe here in the north, and we also have the Cherokee Indians here in the south. The French will be owning the Louisiana Territory all the way up. We have the Pueblo Nations here in Texas, and the Spanish still own Florida. We will hopefully not start a war with the Spanish. We will try to at least buy Florida off of them, hopefully rather cheap. But we'll see how this starts out. End game, I would love to have the United States have at least a few regions here in India, but that is end game. That is, I don't know, probably many turns away, just because India has all those spices and everything over here that we can trade to the European countries. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this game. Like I said, we will be playing with the DarthMod installed. I've played DarthMod for quite a long time, and well, we have a bunch of this lady up here is talking, and she's going to tell us how to play the game, but we don't need that right now. So we have 37,000 coins, 37,000 gold basically, that we can spend and try to immediately improve our nation. We stretch as far south as Savannah, Georgia, and we stretch as far north as Falmouth, Maine. And we have all the territories in between. So we are going to check on our government. We're getting 8,000, almost 9,000 gold per turn for the moment. We're at war with the Barbary states. Our allies are the French. I think we will keep the French as our allies just for now. We're going to be taking the role as the traditional historical United States. We want to stay out of foreign affairs as much as possible. We really don't want that many allies, but we will definitely increase our trade partners just so we can get that gold income up. And we are trading with Spain, the United Provinces, Sweden, France, and the Cherokee Nation. So the first person I want to trade with is definitely the Iroquois. We don't need them attacking us immediately right off the bat. Policies. I don't really mess with the policies too much unless, we really need money, but I don't see us really needing money that quickly right off the bat. Our ministers, we are immediately going to get rid of Edmund Randolph here. He gives us no boost in any of our Justice Department um, mod, I don't know what you want to call it, boosts here, I guess you can say. So we're going to hopefully get a better guy. And we do get a single better guy, Lloyd Forbes, as our Attorney General. Our President is Eliza Spudant. Our Vice President, James Madison. Treasury Secretary, Sam Adams. Just went over Lloyd Forbes as our Attorney General. George Washington is our Secretary of State. He's also in control of the Army. And Francis Bellamy is our Naval Secretary, giving us quite a good amount of boosts there. And our Treasury, especially with Sam Adams, is probably the best Treasury in probably the entire game. I'm going to admit that. Probably the entire game. And here's our trade. As I said, we are trading with France, the Cherokee, Sweden, Spain, and the United Provinces, or you can also call them the Netherlands, I guess you can say. I'll probably just end up saying the Netherlands, but I don't think they were actually the Netherlands at this time. So we're going to go ahead and close that down. We're going to check on our school here, our university. We're going to select Benjamin Franklin, and we are going to drop him into the school. And we are going to make her stop talking. And then we are going to immediately start a research here. And the research we are going to do is we're just going to do the new model bayonet drill. It's going to take us 9 turns. So it'll be, probably about next year. I have 4 turns per year with this DarthMod selected, so it will be, basically I will have a quarter every year. I will be playing 4 turns every year, so the turns won't go that fast, and the research is also slowed down a bit too, just to modify with the number of turns I have per year. I'm going to get rid of her again, she's talking again. Auxiliary for Lloyd Forbes. +1 to happiness for the nobility, and the hot air balloon being invented. So there's that. We are going to be building a inn here because I know Boston kind of gets a little cranky. But immediately we're going to upgrade all of our iron mines just because they produce the most money in the game. So we're going to upgrade all those immediately. We're going to start up that peasant farm, start up this peasant farm, upgrade to the tenant farm. All the farms can be upgraded immediately. We're going to build a trading port here in Delaware, but it's actually Pennsylvania. We will also upgrade that farm, upgrade that farm, upgrade that farm. Just a bunch of farms to upgrade. We're going to be taking Cornelius here, Cornelius Thuston. I'm probably going to butcher these names quite a bit. So we are going to actually take him, and we are going to move him up to Maryland because there's only 30% Protestantism up in Maryland. 100% here in Carolina. Only 65 here in Georgia, but that's okay to deal with. But we really need to get Protestantism up in Maryland, so we're going to move him up north. The next thing we want to do is we want to get our armies built. We have a bunch of Minutemen militia, and that's really the bulk of our army right now. We really don't have any foot infantry like the British do, and if we do go up against the British, we want to upgrade our army quite a bit. So we are going to bring Anthony Wayne into Boston. He's got 3 Minutemen militias with him. He's got a battery of howitzers, and he also has some rangers with him as well. So we are going to quickly get some line infantry for him.
Make ready.
Who is this? This is Nathaniel Greene. Nathaniel Greene, I'm going to put him up in New York. I am honestly expecting an attack from the British. The test game I had, like I said, the British attacked me right off the bat, so I am just trying to prepare for the worst. And we can't really recruit any foot infantry here, unfortunately, for Nathaniel Greene. So we are actually just going to recruit a battery of cannon, a 12-pound cannon, just for now, just for him. But in Philadelphia, we can recruit a bunch of units, so we will be recruiting a bunch of line infantry here. But before we actually do that, we want to go to Maryland. We want to recruit a militia unit. We're going to put the militia units inside of our ports so that the British cannot come and take over our ports and burn them down so they can't be used. Granted, if they blockade them, we can't use them either, but it's just a lot easier if we put at least 1 unit of militia inside of those ports. Also going to upgrade the road there in Maine. Where else can I upgrade roads at? Roads increase your unit range when you can move them on the map. So we're going to upgrade a bunch of roads here. Let's see. Alright, so we're now going to get some line infantry going here. Got 3 line infantry being formed here in Philadelphia. We have 1 militia unit being formed. We're going to get a thing of howitzers in Williamsburg. We're going to bring John Sullivan, his army of the South. We're actually going to bring his army down to Charleston. And then we're going to take 1 of the militia units out, and we're going to move them into Savannah, Georgia, just for now. And we're also going to give him a provincial cavalry unit, so that'll bring up him to 4 cavalry units. And we have 13,000 gold left to spend. And let's get to the Navy here real quick. We have John Barry here as our admiral. Now the United States starts out very, very weak in the shipbuilding area. This is our entire fleet right here, these 3 ships. So we are no match for the British fleet right now. We are going to build some 6-rate ships. Obviously not the best ships that we can build, but for now we're just going to leave it that way. We're also going to build a 5th-rate ship here in New York. And let's see, can we build another 5th-rate ship? Yes, we can. We can build another 5th-rate ship here in Massachusetts, in New England. We're just going to run around, upgrade some of these buildings that we can upgrade. Tobacco plant. We want to upgrade our cotton, though. Europe loves their cotton. So let's upgrade our cotton. Let's not upgrade that one. That one's pretty high upgraded so far. Let's upgrade this tobacco plantation then. and we have 2,000 gold left. What should we do with 2,000 gold? While we think of what to do with that 2,000 gold, we are going to go to diplomatic relations, and we are going to try to trade with the Iroquois. Request trade agreement. They want 590 gold for a trade agreement. That's actually a new one because, like I said, in my test game, I got a trade agreement with the Iroquois right off the bat, and they didn't want any gold. So that's kind of fun to see the change between this one and that one. But we are absolutely... Actually, let's counter-offer it first, because we can always go back and ask. We cannot ask for an alliance. They're at war with somebody. Who are they at war? Oh, they're at war with France. Okay. That's fine. We can just send that proposal. Yeah, and they accept. Okay, good. The other one I'm going to trade with is going to be the Martha Confederacy. I get a lot of money for trading with them because of all their spices in India. And I think that is it for the trade right now. Yes, it is. So we cannot trade with anybody else currently. Can we upgrade any of our trading ports right now? No, we cannot. We are basically done for this turn. We have our agent here, Samuel Mason. He is our rake. +1 to dueling with swords. Okay, I usually just use the rakes for spies. Very rarely do I use them to sabotage anything. But we are going to move him up north, like I said, because I am anticipating an attack by the British here in the coming turns. I'm almost tempted to just cancel our French alliance. Maybe try to get the Iroquois on our side. But for now, I think we're just going to stick with it. It might be a mistake here. Hopefully the Iroquois and the British don't attack us at the same time. Otherwise, we are going to be in deep trouble if that happens. So we are projected to get 8,000 gold next turn. So let's go ahead and end our turn. And Britain goes first. They will sink a fleet of French ships off of the coast of South America while blockading one of their things here. And the Netherlands wants a military alliance, and they also want 520 gold. We're not going to accept this. Like I said, I'm going to follow the historical path of the United States. I want to be independent for the most part. But for now, we are just alliances with France, but I'm sure we will end the alliance shortly. As these turns progress and the years go on, there will be less and less countries involved, just because they will be wiped out, stuff like that. So these first few turns that we are going to be going through is going to be longer, just because there's all the countries that were in the world at 1783 are in the game right now, and they are all doing their turns right now. And Poland wants a alliance, and they're offering 500 gold, but we are not going to accept that either. Poland gets out of the game very early during these gameplays, at least in my experience. Spain, we will try to buy Florida from Spain eventually. Whether or not it will work, we will just have to find out, because I would rather not go to war with Spain. But if we have to, we will have to.
There is a port in this region that has not yet been developed.
Alright, actually going to talk a little bit. Let's go through our notifications over here. Samuel Adams gains a mistress. +1 to happiness and nobility. Bunch of recruits. Construction. War declared between Poland and Austria. War declared between Poland and Russia. And once again, the hot air balloon. Okay. So we survived our first turn without the British knocking on our front door, so that's a good thing. Still moving this preacher up to Maryland. We want to upgrade a trading post here. We want to upgrade this one. That's a good upgrade. Let's get this army of 3 foot regiments up here to Nathaniel Greene's army. And then we will recruit 3 more. Anthony Wayne's army has 3 recruits. Have foot right here. And what are we going to give him now? Let's give him some cav. We're going to do 1 regiment of horse and a regiment of provincial cavalry. And we actually have more than we can actually do another one. So let's do a unit of line infantry as well. Looks like New York's going to be our artillery haven for now. For some reason we got a random general bodyguard here. We're actually going to disband that just because it's useless just to have 48 random cav. So we're going to disband that, save some money, save another spot for another unit. I don't know where that actually came from. Okay. Look in Virginia here. Maryland. We're going to take the militia. We're going to put it there. We're going to take the militia that we recruited here. We're going to put that there. Where's the other militia unit that we had? Well, regardless, we're going to take one of the Minutemen regiments and we're going to put it on that trading post. And we're going to do the exact same thing with this militia unit that we recruited in Maine, and we're going to throw that down in that trading post here. So now all of our trading posts right now are protected with some ground forces inside them. So that's lovely. Our next objective will be trying to build up our military, and we're going to continue to do that because this is basically a war game. It is a total war. So we are going to recruit a thing of line infantry with that artillery unit that we are going to move south to John Sullivan's army down in Charleston. Sullivan's army is just basically cav right now, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. It's got 1 light infantry, a militia unit, and 1 foot regiment. So we'll probably let's give him 1 more thing of cav. Did we give him a different thing of cav? No. Okay. Let's give him 1 more thing of cav, and then he'll stop at 4. Then want to fill his entire army up with cavalry. For now, we are going to let's upgrade this ordnance factory here in Boston. It'll give us another artillery unit to recruit eventually in about 3 turns. But other than that, we are going to continue to just upgrade these farms. Maybe upgrade a fur trader. 25 furs per turn. But for now, alright, we'll just upgrade some of these farms. If we have more farms to upgrade. Do we have any more farms to upgrade? Okay, with just a couple, I guess. Okay. That's fine. I don't know if I missed those or oh no, I upgraded those last turn to where they are right now. Okay. But okay. What else can we upgrade? We got 2,000 coin. Maybe we just want to save it for next turn. Trade projected to get almost 9,000 next turn, so that's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can get a enough gold here. We'll offer Spain 10,000 gold for Florida. Maybe they'll take it, maybe they won't. I doubt they will. Trading territories in this game has always been difficult. My test game, I tried to trade Montreal for Louisiana, and they said no, basically. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Let's do the infrastructure in Boston. We'll upgrade at the cobble roads. How about that? We just won't have 10,000 gold to give to Spain. Going to continue to move that rake up north. We're just gonna probably set him in Iroquois territory right now.
Although all agents can carry.
All right. So let us continue on here. Next turn, hopefully the British are nice to us, and they are. They are once again nice to us, so that is very interesting. I love the changes between every game. Every game is not the same when you play Total War, and I love it. How long are these videos going to be? I'm thinking that they will be maybe 40 minutes to, an hour long, maybe, depending on everything. I'd like to get through 1 year per episode, but we'll just have to figure that out. And we have the Martha Confederacy offering us a trade. Maryland and Georgia for one of their territories, and I don't think so. Plus the military alliance. Yeah, no way. Absolutely not. Spain is offering a military alliance. That is really tempting, actually, to ally ourselves with Spain. That's very, very tempting. Because they are enemies of the Cherokee and of the Plains nations. This is very tempting. It really is. I wonder if we would accept it. I wonder if it would be easier to trade for Florida. I don't know. But for now, we're just going to refuse. We just can't be bothered to get into foreign countries' military issues right now. And Sweden is offering us a military alliance, and they want to trade territories. Finland, out of all places, interesting. Absolutely not. Maybe one day we will do stuff like that, but not this
There
time.
is unused land suitable for farming in this region. Building farms here will help the population to grow over time and produce trade
Let's
income.
see. Traits gained. George Washington, +1 happiness, and then Ben Franklin. 2 for industrial technologies. Interesting. Okay. So he's definitely an industrial type guy. Recruitment report, construction report, war declared between Spain and Great Britain. Okay. War declared between Russia and Sweden. War declared between Poland and Prussia. Prussia, another name for Germany. Back then, they're just not Germany yet. So let's see. What are we going to do? With Spain fighting Great Britain, I kind of want to just attack Great Britain as well, but get a bunch of help from the Spanish and the French. But we're not going to do that. We are going to. Wow, did the French lose the Michigan territory, or did the Iroquois always have it? I don't know. I don't know. Well, anyways, let us move some of our armies together. Let's move some of our units around. Recruit some guys. We got random longmen that just decided to show up. Okay. I don't remember recruiting them. Maybe they... I remember him having 3 Lightfoot regiments, but this is the first long riflemen we have. Okay, let's see. What else can we recruit? We probably want to give him a regiment of cav, but I don't want to give him a regiment of cav right now. I'd rather just keep giving him another artillery unit. And for Anthony Wayne's army, let's see. He has a howitzer unit. He's got 4 line infantry, 2 cav, 3 militia, and he's got some rangers. What else can we give him? I think it's too early to give grenadiers. Very rarely do I even have grenadiers at all. I don't use grenades. So grenadiers are just basically heavy infantry, if you want to call them that. Let's go ahead and give him some more line infantry, I guess. Yeah, I mean you can never be without enough line infantry. That is one thing for sure. Move that group up to Nathaniel Green's army. And what we are going to do is we are actually going to take the Minutemen out, and we're going to bring them to Fort Drummer. We're going to take the 1st Regiment of Foot, and we are going to give them to Nathaniel Green here. So Nathaniel Green's army is starting to form up into a full, legit army. So let's see what we can do here with our army in Philadelphia. Let's get some cav. Let's get some Philadelphia light cav, and we'll get some just regular regiment, horse regiment. We'll get 2 of those. And we're going to move those up to Nathaniel Green's army. Nathaniel Green's army is going to be the bulk of our army. He's going to have the most units, probably just starting out here. John Sullivan's army is going to be small, just because of, how many units I can recruit for him. I'm not going to give him just 3-pound horse artillery, really? Why bother? 3-pounders. Good grief. Alright, fair enough. Let's give... I thought we gave him another regiment of horse. Did that form into that? Alright, well, we'll just give him another horse regiment then. Here in Williamsburg, we are going to recruit some more 1 line infantry and 1 Marion's Rangers group. And we're going to move them south to get them into John Sullivan's army as well. Okay, so I don't want to spend any more money this turn. I want to save my money for this coming turn. What's going on here? Why are we not having as much total income from ports? We're only supposed to get 6,000 next time, or this coming turn. Okay. We want to get the Navy going out here. Or at least attempt to get the Navy going. I'm sure the British will squash any attempts of our Navy at all. Let's get a couple of brigs. Yeah, we'll just get some brigs. We'll finish out the money here. Now, I know the brigs will be massacred by any 6th rate or by any 1st rate British ship that happens to come across their line. But that's the thing that Empire Total War really kind of isn't great at it, especially DarthMod. Later in the game, every ship from every nation is going to be a first-rate ship of the line. And I like naval battles in the beginning aren't terrible. I was never a fan of naval battles in the first place. I'd much rather do the land battles, but hey, I guess naval battles are kind of fun. Switch it up a bit. But that's okay. We can survive. So let's go ahead and look at our ministers, see if everybody's okay still, and everybody is still okay. Good. Good, good, good. So we're projected to get 6,000 next turn. So let's go ahead and end our turn. See what the British do. Do they want to start the War of 1812 off early? So far, it doesn't seem to be the case. They don't seem to have oh, alright. Netherlands is offering almost 7,000 gold for a technology and a military alliance. They want a technology in Carolina. No. Get out of here. Maybe if it was just a technology and not Carolina. Our allies of the French. Kind of scared that the Iroquois are going to attack, because that would be a loss of income for us, and plus they would attack us. I know the Iroquois, they aren't too much in this game. We're not going to trade with the Mongol Empire. If anything, we would trade this with the Martha Confederacy. I like them more. It's always been a personal preference of mine to ally with the Martha Confederacy later on in the game, so we can push out. Really, Poland? Really? Why would we pay that much money to get in a military alliance with you when you're fighting basically the entire Europe, all of Europe? Get out of here. But that's always been a good thing for me late in the game, ally with the Martha Confederacy and push the Mongol Empire out of India and destroy it. Oh, wow. Spanish fleet just went up against the British fleet and got utterly destroyed. Maybe we should ally with Spain. I don't know. Because if we ally with Spain and then we try to pay for Florida, it just wouldn't work. So maybe not. Let's see, we got some new traits that were gained. +1 for nobility for Benjamin Franklin. And Lloyd Forbes gets a professional witness. +1 for justice administration and +1 to repression across the theater. Okay. Recruiting report and construction report. Not too worried about that. We're going to fly these guys up to New York. Okay. Maybe somebody's turning into these bodyguards, and I don't. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes just random units form into different units, and I don't understand why. If anybody has any, answers for that, then please tell me. But for now, we're just going to have to just keep getting rid of those general bodyguard guys. Move this army, Carolina, move him into there. There we are, look at that. John Sullivan's army is starting to form up. Now we only have 4,000 gold this turn, probably because our army is getting to be a pretty decent size countrywide, and same thing with our fleet. That does, fleets and armies, that is a real thing. It is a naval upkeep type of thing. Let's build one fourth-rate ship of the line. We're just going to build one. That's the only thing we're going to build. Should we build any army? Anything for the army? If anything, I would build artillery, but the only place that can build artillery is Williamsburg and Albany, and they're already building artillery. Well, if anything, we would have to give John Sullivan down here some more infantry. He's got +1 here and a ranger unit. Yeah, we'll build 1 infantry regiment too. Okay, that's it. We're not going to build anything else. We're not even going to upgrade a building or anything this turn. That is going to be our entirety of our turn here.
Unseen, unheard.
And we have the preacher here in Maryland finally, and he is going to start converting the Catholic guys into Protestant. So that hopefully we will do that rather quickly. Probably not, because it takes a while to do that, but that's okay. Alright, so let's see. Next turn we are only making 1,500 gold. What happened? Oh, some of our trading spots are blocked off. So Sweden is no longer trading with us currently, and France is no longer trading with us currently because they are being blockaded, probably by the Brits. If there's anybody that is blockading anybody, it's definitely the Brits against somebody else. So we actually might have to get involved in a war with the British if they keep blockading our trading depots. It might just be a war of trade. So that is the state of the Americas right now. Let us end this turn rather quickly. Well, let's look at we have 6 more turns until the new model bayonet drill is done. So we still have quite a while to go for that. So for now, let us, we can get some more trade going here. We can trade with Britain. Well, let's see if Britain will accept a trade from us. If they accept a trade from us, then they probably won't fight us. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're trading with us. Who else would trade with us? I always like trading with Venice. I don't know why. I just do. Oh wow, they want Virginia for a trade agreement. Yeah, I don't think so, guys. Who else can we trade with? How about the Italian states? Sometimes they accept. No, wow, okay. Who else is sometimes kind of fun to trade with? Persia's kind of fun to trade with sometimes. They're also allies with the Martha Confederacy, so anything to help them along. And they're fighting Afghanistan. Nah, they don't want a trade agreement, okay. Might be hard to find another trade agreement to fill out here. If anything, it would be the Ottoman Empire. But who are they at war with? They're at war with Russia. Okay, that's fine. We can go ahead and trade with them. And look at that. We are trading with the Ottoman Empire now. Okay, so we get at least 4,000 gold next turn because of the trades to Great Britain and the trades to the Ottoman Empire. That is quite a lot as well. So who are we going to go at war with now, since we're not going to go to war with Great Britain? Are we going to go to war with Spain to try to get Florida? Are we going to start pushing west? Are we going to start westward expanding into these Indian territories? I don't know. Let's find out in this next turn. There's the Brits. They want military access indefinitely. And they're willing to give us 4,000 gold for that. I don't think so. That sounds pretty sketchy. I don't want you causing war through my land against different countries. I don't think so. A lot of these turns is just a lot of ship movement, a lot of pirating along the trade routes against other countries. And the Martha Confederacy wants a military alliance again, and they want to give us another region, but they still want 2 regions. I don't think so. No way. We will eventually get to a military alliance with you, but not at this moment. At least I'm hoping to get to a military alliance with them. But like I said, that's endgame. That's after we conquer America. Yeah, we're not going to get into a military alliance with Spain just because we actually might end up fighting Spain. They are already fighting the Iroquois and the Cherokee nations and Britain, so maybe we should just jump in, to tell the truth. Oh, clicked the wrong button, guys. I believe I clicked the wrong button. That's unfortunate for us. That is very unfortunate. We will just have to cancel. Basically, we just took their money and we're just going to cancel on them and attack them. So that is basically what we are doing. Sweden wants a military alliance. We're not going to accept that. Yeah, so that was my bad, guys. I clicked the wrong button. So yeah, these turns are pretty long here. We're just gonna watch them all the way through. Like I said, the later in the game they will decline in the longness just because there will be less countries.
Will provide an income from overseas.
We have more traits gained. Our president gets a Corps Master, +1 to prestige and +1 to happiness. Okay. And Quentin Newberry gets a +1 to happiness. I don't know who he is. He's a minister of some. Oh, well, we have a public servant who died. Francis Bellamy actually died. Huh. The guy we just got died. Huh. Interesting. Recruitment report. Dark Star. There's the Dark Star for anybody who wants to read about the Dark Star. But let's go to our ministers and check that out. Oh, he must have. Our Navy Secretary must have bit the dust here. And we now have Simon Gilbertson. He's not very good. We might just have to get rid of him and get somebody else. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to hopefully try to get a new guy. And he's actually worse. Hilo Thurpo Hogarth is our naval secretary, and he will definitely be leaving next turn. I can guarantee you that much. Yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. Never had a a minister die right off the bat like that in a game before.
Sir.
That was definitely something. And once again, that 3 pound, this 3 pounder, that's questionable. Why even make a 3 pounder if you're going into war? Why bother? I know I wouldn't bother, but
Use rakes to damage enemy buildings through
let's
acts
see.
of sabotage. Right-click on a city and select a building to sabotage
All right.
from the list.
So
Your rake will
Spain,
then
we
move there
accidentally
and
allied
attempt to damage it
with
upon its
Spain.
arrival.
Let's see if we can buy Spain or Florida from Spain. And if we can't, then we will just go to war with them.
Money can be offered to or demanded of another
And we'll give
nation
them,
as
let's give them
reparations for
7,000.
war, tribute to avoid attack, or as an act of goodwill. Use the arrow buttons to enter an
Send
amount
proposal.
and click on the appropriate checkbox in order to
Not
select a
additively
single
our
or regular
brains.
payment
We will
before
not
putting
agree to these
forward your
terms.
proposal.
Okay. We will cancel our alliance with them. Sorry, Spain. But I accidentally clicked that button to become military alliance with you, and that was my bad. I apologize for that. And we're going to go down to Savannah, Georgia with John Sullivan's army. We're going to take this Minutemen militia. We're going to move it back up to Charleston. And let's see what they have here. They don't have a lot of forces here at this fort. A lot of times I will just sim through the fort battles. I'm not a big fan of the fort battles. If it's a big deciding battle, then yeah, I will play it. But in this instance, if we are to attack St. Augustine, I will not play it. We will just sim it, and we'll more than likely win. But for now, let's see what we can do up north. Let's see. Let's see if any units of yours change. You like to change your units for whatever reason. And no, none of his units has changed so far, so that's good. So he's got two 12-pounders, he's got a 12-pounder, and he's got some howitzers. So that's going pretty well. Don't really need anything right now. But let's upgrade. Let's see what the upgrade gets us for this. Okay. I would much rather. Well, we can already recruit 12-pounders, so that's fine. We won't upgrade the military barracks or the artillery school there. We should probably upgrade our just economy. Keep upgrading that. So we want to definitely keep those going. Let's see, cotton plantation. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money too. We don't want to upgrade, it too much quite yet in the start of the game, because you never know if there's going to be a naval invasion from anybody. I think we're going to upgrade this iron workshop and call it a turn. So we're going to not attack Fort Augustine quite yet. We're going to wait one more turn, and then the next turn we will more than likely attack it. I like to have, most of the time, the Cherokee actually come down, try to take it, cause casualties. They end up losing, they retreat, and then I can come down and take it pretty singly with very minimum casualties. But we will just have to find out if that will be the case here in this coming turn. Let's check the research here real quick. We still have 5 turns away from this. So let us go into our next turn. It is the summer of 1784. So let us continue to the next turn. And the Netherlands still want one of our provinces, and we are going to refuse that offer. And there's that Cherokee army that I was talking about headed down to St. Augustine. So I am very tempted to just wait for those Cherokee. It wouldn't be the next turn; it would be the turn after that to go there and fight, cause casualties, and then we can come in for the kill and capture St. Augustine. I know that's kind of rude against the Cherokee, but you know, it is a video game. We are trying for world. You know, this isn't a world domination scenario, but it is a long campaign, and that will benefit us in the long term. Prussia wants a trade agreement, but they also want military access for 5 turns. Who are they against that they want military access to? Nobody. They just want... Okay. Sure. You can go ahead and do that if you want. I just want to trade with them. That's fine. Because we got to start thinking about the Native Americans too. We got to start thinking that they will either attack us or we will eventually just have to start expanding westward and pushing them back. So we got to think of new trade partners in the future as well. So I'm surprised we've spent so many turns without us actually going to war. We haven't been to war yet, and this is going to be, I think that was our 4th turn, I believe, right? I don't know. But that was pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy to think about. Spain wants a military alliance again. No, this time I'm going to click the right button and just say no to you. Sorry. Not going to be cheap to Spain. Sweden just attacked Denmark and lost.
There is unused land suitable for plantations in this region. Building plantations here
Alright.
will increase your...
Let's see what we can do now. Lloyd Forbes gains a secret policeman. Wow, look at that. Quite a bit there. Well done, Lloyd Forbes. Well done. Oh, he's the guy with the witness, too. Okay. He does have a harsh reputation, but, you know, that's okay. First thing we got to do, kick that Navy guy out of there. And wow, look at that. We have Earl Clark, who comes in with one of the best ratings as a naval administrator. He is 55. Hopefully he doesn't kick the bucket anytime soon. But wow, look at that. That's a very good rating for him. Okay, cool. We gained on that one. Unit recruited. The Methodist Church. So there's something you guys can read if you would like. Just pause it, as I am not going to read it. Maybe one day we'll go through nice and slow and we'll read everything, but I will not be doing that for this campaign. Okay, so let's see where the Cherokee are at down here in Florida. They're getting there. They're not. They'll probably get there next turn. They will absolutely probably get there next turn. But they will not win. Actually, I don't know. they do have an artillery unit. Maybe we should just go after Spain. Should we just go after Spain? Maybe we should. Maybe we should just go after Spain. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just declare war on Spain just to get Florida. So we're going to open up our negotiations. We're going to declare war on Spain. We're not going to call our allies. We don't care if the French come in or not. There we go. Now they're hostile against us, and now we can come down here, beat up on this fort. Ooh, that's actually going to be a really close battle. Closer than I thought, actually, it's going to be. We'll continue sieging it. We'll see if we can get this Minutemen down here. It's just another random unit to help out. We're going to siege it for a little bit, probably. Move that foot regiment down. Okay. So, the next thing we have to worry about is the Iroquois. The Iroquois are expanding. They have taken Fort DuPont here in Detroit. So, we're going to bring Nathaniel Greene's army. We're actually going to bring him over here to this mine, and he's just going to sit there for a little bit. Can we give him another thing of cav? Because I would love to just go in with a few men of cavalry and just, you know, this is going to sound mean, but just lay waste to the Iroquois. Eventually, you know, not right off the bat, but. Alright, everything's still looking good here for Anthony Wayne's army. We're probably just going to leave him in reserve for now. We are going to move him over to Albany, just so he can be in closer range of reinforcing Nathaniel Greene's army. Our navy is looking, I mean, just fine, I guess. I mean, we're not at war with anybody really, except the Spanish. We can come down and raid some Spanish trade routes. Maybe we can get some extra money that way, so I don't know, should we do that? Let's try that. See if anything happens. I'm sure, you know, stuff will happen,
A
but
blockade is a cordon of ships used to prevent the enemy from trading through a
we'll
port
probably end up
or
losing
moving
our
any
fleet,
that is
but
based.
that's okay.
You are
We are going to
successfully raiding the
be
enemy's
raiding
trade
that
along
fleet,
this route.
and that is the
Their
notification
income is
for
reduced,
John
and
Barry,
goods
who
are
is
added
raiding
to your own supply.
that trade route. And we should actually, yeah, we just knocked it down a good, 800 points or so. So that's pretty good. John Sullivan is still sieging St. Augustine. We're just going to leave him to continue sieging. If they decide to attack us, then we'll play the battle. If not, then we'll just continue sieging until they surrender. It's going to be hard for them to reinforce, so let's continue on. We're going to go ahead and end our turn, I believe, right? Yes, we are going to go ahead and end our turn. Here's our newly founded friends, Great Britain. They want to give us the rights of man for military access for 10 turns. They probably want Spain, they probably want Florida, and they probably want to go after France down in Louisiana. We're going to refuse that offer, even though that was not a terrible offer. Ooh, a British fleet just attacked a French fleet and lost. Wow. And here comes that Cherokee army. They're also going to lay siege with us against the Spanish. I wonder who gets the fort. Two different nations are attacking a fortification. What nation's going to get that fort? Is it the one that arrived first? I would hope so. If so, then we will get it. That's actually never happened to me. I've never had. I mean, these aren't even technically allies. They're just sieging the fort with us. Because they're at war against the Spanish too. But okay. Here's Prussia. Wonder what's going on here in good old future Germany. Great Britain invading some of the Iroquois territories, but it looks like the Iroquois are okay with it. And we're just going to say pass on the Martha Confederacy. They want quite a bit of money for that. So this will probably be the last turn, and then I will end this video there, guys. Not too much action in this video, just building up our nation and trying to create some trade alliances, building up our nation with, trying with the economy, trying with the army, even the navy a little bit. And here's Spain. Are they going to retaliate against our fleet? That is, oh no, they're just going to try to blockade us at one of our ports. That's okay. We are pirating against them a little bit. So after this this turn, I'll probably just end the video. And yeah, that will be it there, guys. I will end the video here, and we'll pick up with a new video right after this one. Alright, guys, be careful out there, be kind to one another, and have a great day.